Hi, welcome to another episode of Coding Class with MasterHun. In this episode, we're going to talk about the random module, which is very useful. And if you just look on the left side here, I have a whole bunch of stuff demonstrating the random module, the functions random.randint and random.shuffle and random.choice, or you could just think of them as randinit, shuffle, and choice. Okay, just a little context. The random module is a module, obviously. The way the Python language works is the Python language is added. Features are added, but another way that the Python language adds functionality and more abilities as it develops and grows is another way is to add to the library. So the Python, so when you download Python from python.org, it not only do you get the Python language, but you get the standard library. And a module of the standard library is the random module. Random. Technically, not actually random. Actually, it's what we call pseudo-random. But for the purposes of coding projects and for coding, it's good enough. Now, so basically, what is a module? Modules are, in this instance, it's classes with its own attributes and methods that you do not have to waste your time creating yourself, but you can actually just recycle. Comes with the Python language, the Python library. In order to use the methods that are in the random module, you must first import. So if we look at line number 9, we have to use the keyword import and then the name of the module. In this case, we are importing the random module into our code. So we can use random.randint, random.shuffle, and random.choice, which allows us to create the appearance of randomness in our code. But actually, it's not random; it's actually pseudo-random. But anyway, for example, we have in one line of code, you can create a 100-sided die by using the random.randint method or function. So you give it two parameters, a starting number and end number. So two integers, right? Random integer. So the random integer we want this method to generate is a number between 1 and 100. So in other words, this is a 100-sided die. Okay, and then when I ran the code previously, so it gave me a number 10, which is a number between 1 and 100. Okay, if I run the program again, and we wait for the output, okay, then I got a different random integer between 1 and 100 inclusive. So it could potentially be 1, or it could be 100, or or integer between 1 and 100. If I run it in code again, I will get a completely different, a different integer, 72, which is again within the range of 1 and 100. So the random integer could be 1, could be 100, or could be a integer between 1 and 100. Okay, so randinit. So let's say if I wanted to create a number, well, if I wanted the code to generate a random number between 1 and 10, then I would just have to change the last number from 100 to 10, and then this would be then become a 10-sided die instead of a 100-sided die. And okay, and the code select generated 8. So if I run the code again, it will generate 5. Now keep in mind, it could generate the same number integerized that it selected previously, because again, it's random. Okay. If I run it again, what number do I get? What integer do I get between 1? Okay, so like I said, so it would be it could be the number 1, or it could be the number 10, or a number between 1 and 10. Okay. Also, we have random.choice. Okay, so random.choice will select one item out of a list. So we have this list, list 1. List 1 is actually a list of lists. So we have one list that has lowercase a, lowercase b, lowercase c. Then we have a second list that has the integers 1, 2, and 3. And then the last list in this list of lists has the 3 capital letters A, B, and C. So in the previous run of the previous time I executed code, it selected the first list, ABC, lowercase ABC. If I run it again, will it select the same? Or okay, like I said, it could select the same thing. It selected the same list, lowercase a, b, and c. If I run it again, let's see what happens. Okay, it didn't select the first. It actually selected the second list in the list of 3 lists. The integers, the list with integers 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so random. So we had random.init, random.randint, and now we have random.choice. So it chooses a random item in a list. Okay, now if we go to line 35, we have another list, list 2. It has the integers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So if we use the random.choice on list 2, it will pick one of the numbers between 1 and 10. And if I run the code, and okay, it's selected here. We can see it selected the number 5, which is the 5th item in the list. Okay, if I run the code again, what integer? Oh, it selected the last integer, number 10, integer 10. Okay, so we have random.init, random.randint, and we have random.choice, and we also have random.shuffle. So what random.shuffle does is takes the list and shakes everything in the list and puts them in a random order. Okay, so let's see. Okay, for example, this is actually a simulation of Powerball, the Powerball lottery game. So we have list underscore test underscore 0, which has the 5 possible 5 numbers that you need to get. So you have to pick 5 numbers out of the numbers between 1 and 69. And so first I have to make the list. So it has the list, it has the numbers between 1 and 69, including 1 and 69. And then when I execute random.shuffle, it takes all the numbers in the list and shakes them all about. and they're put in a random order. Okay, but I only need to select 5 numbers between 1 and 69 inclusive. Okay, so then this line will select, it'll print out the numbers, the first 5 numbers in the list. Now the list of these numbers will be all shuffled, they're all randomized. So whatever the first 5 numbers with the index numbers 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, those will be printed out, and then those are the 5 numbers that will be that you need to select for the Powerball. So now the Powerball number is you select one number between 1 and 26. So we need to shuffle these, shake these numbers, and then we're just gonna output the first number in the randomized list underscore test underscore 1. So we need 5 numbers between 1 and 69 and 1 number between 1 and 26 inclusive. Okay, previously when I did this simulation, I had these 5 numbers: 64, 25, 40, 10, and 41. And then my Powerball number was 7. Okay, if I run the code again, if I run the code one more time, then now I have a different set of 5 numbers and a Powerball. So I have the numbers 27, 10, 15, 64, and 46. And my Powerball number is 9. Okay. And this part here, I have a 2-dimensional list, a list of lists. Okay, and then we can see over here, and then you can see that I show you what the list looks like. Test underscore list, I show you what it looks like before I shuffle it. Then I shuffle it, and then I show you what it looks like after I shuffle it. Okay, so the previous time when I ran the code, then we see what the list of lists looks like before, what it looks like before it got shuffled. Okay. And then you could see that after I executed random.shuffle, then we can see that the 2-dimensional list, the list in the list, got shuffled. Okay. Now in this example, it's just a 1-dimensional list with the capital letters A, B, and C, and then after it was shuffled, the positions of A, B, and C were switched. A stayed in the same place. Okay. And also we can see that I also have a demonstration of a random passphrase generator. And this random passphrase generator uses random.choice. I have a list 0 that has all the elements of the periodic table. I have list 1, which has 41 out of the 151 Pokemon Generation 1 Pokemons. And then I have another list 2 that has some user-defined tech terms. I have list 3 that has tech famous personalities. And list 4 are the first 100 prime numbers. List 5, I have all 50 states of the United States. And here we can see that what I'm doing is I'm concatenating. First, I'm choosing one item out of the list randomly, random using random.choice, and then I'm concatenating it to the passphrase. And here I'm redoing that over and over. I'm concatenating random choices out of the list into the passphrase, and each time the passphrase grows. So for example, we have sulfur, the element sulfur, and then we have the Pokemon Mega Blastoise, and then we added the prime number 89, and so forth. So we're just choosing random things from the list, from different lists, and concatenating them into a passphrase. Okay. Okay. So today I talked about libraries, Python modules, the import keyword, which we need in order to import or include different modules from the standard library, or other libraries too. It doesn't only have to be from the standard library. I talked about random.randint. I talked about random.choice, the method random.choice, and also I talked about random.shuffle, the random.shuffle method, which allows you to create a program that can do random things. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you for listening to with joining me in this episode, coding class with MasterHun episode. Thank you very much, and I hope to see you in the next episode.